Why is anti-conformity central to emo music? Imagine a music scene that refuses to follow the usual rules and instead creates its own path. That's what makes emo stand out so much. It all started as a way to challenge what was expected in punk and hardcore music. When Rites of Spring formed in Washington, D.C. in 1984, they pushed back against the aggressive, macho style that punk had become. Hardcore punk had become loud, angry, and focused on violence and defiance. Rites of Spring and other bands during the Revolution's summer period chose to turn away from that outward aggression. Instead, they focused on emotional, introspective lyrics that showed vulnerability. This was a bold move in a scene that often celebrated toughness and bravado. The term emotional hardcore was born from this shift, later shortened to emo. What made this truly rebellious was that it rejected the typical macho attitude of hardcore punk. Instead of the rough, aggressive look, emo bands embraced honesty and sensitivity. They drew inspiration from bands like the Smiths and combined theatrical introspection with punk's raw attitude. During the 1990s, emo kept this anti-conformist streak alive. Bands like Jawbox, Far, and Not a Surf attracted a college audience that didn't want to follow traditional punk styles. When mainstream music ignored bands like Jawbreaker and Weezer, the emo community stood firm. They actively resisted commercial pressure and mainstream tastes. The lyrics in emo music became a way to fight back. Instead of singing about external enemies or political issues, emo artists wrote about personal struggles, loneliness, depression, and inner pain. In a society that often values fitting in over standing out, emo celebrated imperfection and being true to oneself. The music became a space for people who felt like outsiders to find comfort and acceptance. Even when emo gained mainstream popularity in the mid-2000s through bands like My Chemical Romance, Fall Out Boy, and Paramore, the rebellious spirit stayed strong. These bands often spoke out against violence and suicide, showing that emo was about more than just music. The community kept its distinct identity through fashion, values, and musical choices. Anti-conformity is at the heart of emo because the genre was born from rejection. It pushed back against hardcore's aggression, punk's machismo, and the commercial side of mainstream rock. Emo offered a different way for people who didn't fit into the usual categories. Its music, lyrics, style, and community all work together to create a space where being different isn't just okay but celebrated as real and authentic.